Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rainy Day Art Club podcast. This is a podcast where we review art and talk about sort of just whatever comes to mind. I'm Ember, and these are my two co-hosts, Eva and Jade. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Eva. I'm the Soul Podcast on Blue Sky and YouTube. Fuck off.
They found the soundboard buttons.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Queen Raccoon. Hi, I play Isaac.
And I'm Ember. I mostly just draw and hang out and rein these two in.
Yeah.
So, you may notice I am getting us back on the ramp. You may notice that we're in a different setting. I finally finished drawing the background. We're in a little coffee shop on a rainy day. We got our little goopers on either side of us. Yeah, I had a lovely time drawing this.
It's really nice.
I'm gonna do a bit that's just for the viewers. Listeners cannot tell. You two cannot tell what the fuck is happening, but the viewers are popping off right now. Okay, there we go.
I can't wait to find out what happened when this video comes out.
Hell yeah. Also, the little plushies in the back are really nice.
Oh, thank you so much. I love drawing your characters. Especially, I mean, like, Jade's characters are plushies. It's like, that is just fun. Or they're very plushie adjacent. And then my critters very much look like they could be plushies. And then just drawing a smaller version of Eva's was very fun.
I need to draw my fucking buddies more. I keep forgetting to. I just draw myself.
Yeah.
Because my ego
Is
is
Blixie
fucking
the-
crazy.
Is Blixie the gray one?
Blixie is the cat and Vicky is the gray dude. They're both genderless, but they're not.
Vicky.
They're not they're not non-binary. They're genderless because they're too stupid to know what gender is.
That's fair.
Integrated into the sociocultural aspect of what gender is. They're just hanging out being little plushies, and we love them.
Then gender talk part 2.
Yeah, we will certainly
Gender.
talk about that more in the future. We have to.
For real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to rant. I'm very sorry for anyone who
Yeah.
watched the last episode if the audio was really scuffed. I did a fucky wucky. I made Ava's audio 3 times louder than mine and Ember's, and all the audio gets sent to one video basically. So I can't just simply drag down Ava's volume. I had to manually cut every time me and Ember were speaking and turn that up, and then just hope for the best. However, there were some situations where it's like, if I am in the middle of talking and then like Ava says something, or if it's the other way around, if like Ava is talking and one of us say something, then I can't really do jack shit about that, because it's either have us be quiet or have Ava deafen everyone. I'm not blaming Ava, I promise. This is just my fault.
How dare you?
I did it wrong a bit. And this, of course, this issue had to happen on the one episode that is an hour and a half that I have to add a fucking picture for every question.
No. Because of that, we did some reorganizing with the who's doing all like the thumbnail stuff. But
Yeah.
we got it taken care of. It's all taken care of.
Jade, that's so
Thank
sad.
Yeah. There will be many soundboard.
That's so Matt Pat.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory.
Yeah, we don't get sued for that.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game
I
Theory.
am worried. But that should be fine. Anyways.
Terrified. We don't
On
like
to the art talk.
Yay.
Without further ado.
Oh, by the way, I should scroll up to mine. Oopsie. There we go.
Jade, run us through this a little bit.
It's pretty simple. It's me picking you up, and then I look at you. But yeah, I was just doing like some like posing practice and just practicing with like weird lighting. I'm still definitely struggling a bit with lighting, especially on skin. But like when it comes to like the clothes and hat, I think I did pretty good there. I struggle a lot with the skin. Also, no one outside of you two noticed the fucking reflection inside the eyeballs.
There, yeah.
I just, on a different canvas, drew a fucked up creepy face of my own character, and I just put it into the eyes and just hoped for the best.
I think it's great. I think the lighting definitely, and also to touch on that, the first thing I noticed is like, what's in the eyes? And I scroll, I'm like, oh, terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how
will
no one
say-
can see that.
yeah, that's a fun little Easter egg. But no,
Yeah.
I think the lighting is phenomenal in this. I think it
Thank you.
looks very shiny and
Mm-hmm.
accentuates different parts. Like the way that it is very like shiny on the clothing and the hat. It is more like textured to indicate like cloth and stuff. And then now it's like super soft on the skin. Like I think it looks great.
Thank you.
And the dichotomy from like left to right of like it's very shiny on the left and then dark on the right.
Oh, so I love
Especially
the I love
with the backgrounds.
I love the background. The centerpiece and the
Yeah.
sweater. Very nice. More like it's a
Yeah.
lot more abstract, and I like that kind of stuff. So
I wanted to draw bugs, and I wanted to draw something in the background, so I just put bugs in the background, and then fucking, yay, Hawk 2, I'm goated.
fuck Korea.
Oh yeah, Hawk sweet.
The little swirly eyes of the spider's confused. Is the spider confused or like dizzy?
I don't
What
know,
happened to this
I
poor little
wanted
guy?
to draw eyes on it. I was like, fuck it, make it spirally shit, and now it's just like that. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's very fun.
It looks like you bonked on the head and now it's just unconscious.
Yeah. You know, like fucking A Nightmare Before Christmas, the like the mayor guy,
mayor.
where he punches a
Yeah.
spider and puts on his like shirt.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goated movie, by the way.
Also,
We love it.
now realizing that like I very much made my OC do the fucking face that Chris Griffin does after he does the vape, thinking he looks cool, and then realizes that he actually looks like a douchebag.
You hit the vape. You hit the drool.
No. Oh yeah, speaking of drool, I would feel so bad. I feel so
So
bad
what?
if Vero
What?
just. Did you say drool?
I said drool.
Oh, I thought you said drool. Okay, well,
No,
I'm
drool.
schizo, I guess. But I'd feel so bad if Vera wanted to French kiss because I produce so much saliva that I feel like I would just drool into her mouth.
Is it from the vape?
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
What? Anyway, wild. We're getting off the rails. Today's going to be a very loose episode. Very
Yeah.
chill, loose episode.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because
Yeah, this is so fun.
Ava's busy on the normal recording time. How dare she? So now we have to record on a Saturday. How am I supposed to record on a fucking Saturday?
They can't peek behind the curtains. They shouldn't know how the hot dog is made.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Here,
it was
I'll-
actually recorded on Friday
Secret.
morning.
okay, here, let me
we
just
recorded
hypnotize
like
them real
an
quick.
hour before.
Oh, God.
There you go. Okay. I was spamming it, wondering why when nothing happened, but because there's a bit of
We're
delay
very
on it.
professional.
Such a concerning sound.
If we
Oh,
ever
yeah.
get a sponsor, I feel so bad for them.
Okay, what the fuck? Okay, alright. I just realized we haven't talked about the piece in like 5 minutes. Oops.
Oh yeah.
Back on the rails.
Yeah, but fuck, I can't think of anything to say. I'll be really like okay.
I love the way that that this is more of just like a your style thing, but within the like very thick and thin sharp lines that you have, I always love how much like energy there is within how they're shaped or like just how they move in terms of like they curve a lot and hit into like sharp points, but not in a way that looks like jagged or aggressive. It is very like that Tim Burton like whimsical, like, oh, this is a little like the proportions are skewed just a little bit in like this way, and it's a little sharp over here, and it's a little round over here. And I think it just produces a very fun effect visually.
I will say with line art, something I do on my server is I have the like coloring book section where I will literally remove all the color and background of one of my pieces and just save just the line art layer and send that, so that way people can use it as a coloring book.
I think that's so cool.
I like that.
It's really fun too, as another look behind the curtains. That the way that we do the thumbnail most of the time, we've done a little different stuff here and there. So we usually have Eva does the line art, like the sketch and the line art, and then I'll do the rendering since Jade does the editing. And it is really, really fun to render line art that's different from your own. And like that is just such a fun. I love being able to do that, and I personally just love rendering a bunch. And so having that, like, oh, I don't have to think about the line art. Like, this is just a really fun, like, I know these subjects well enough to like be able to color them comfortably, but then also I don't have to think about like how they fit in the piece. It's just all rendering with it and being able to move around with like, especially given how very different our line art styles are. It's just so fun. So I recommend that if anyone has the opportunity, if you can like render other people's line art, or like it is a fun thing to do with art friends if you have them. Or just like you make little line arts for each other and send them over and render each of them. Like it's just a good fun time, and it is very good practice too.
I agree with everything you said, but holy shit, I'm losing over here. You ever have a burp where there's a bit of build up to it, so it feels like it could technically maybe be a throw up, but it's a burp. I just had that happen to me, and then I had the intrusive thought: what if I just build up a bunch of saliva, let it all just fucking build up in my throat, and just mid recording just vomit all over the mic with saliva going everywhere? That'd be
Hold on.
so...
Let me get the soundboard. Hold up.
No.
I don't have a
No.
vomit sound. I'll find a vomit sound.
No, that's okay.
Here,
So anyways, back on
this
the
one sounds like when I
rail.
vomit.
Collaborating's very fun.
Collaborating's very fun. And I
Yeah.
love collaborating. I think that's a perfect segue to go on to the next piece.
Wait, which one are they? Mine or yours next?
I think we should just go in the order that we're seated. So
Oh,
do
okay.
mine. Yeah. And then we end with a bang. Yours is so cool, by the way. Viewers are in for a treat. But
Okay,
anyway.
you two speak. I'm bleeding. Just a second.
Oh, no, do you want us to pause? No? Well, alright.
No, that's fine. You two
So-
speak for a bit. Just a second.
Okay.
We'll cut it.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we could just start on this piece. Hope she's okay. So this is another piece in the series of I love just thinking about what if Pokemon were just unbelievably huge. And I love Regigigas. I feel like it doesn't get a ton of love like it could. And also just the idea of like the creator god in terms of just like this thing canonically like literally like pulled the continents together, and I think that that's just a really fun idea of like this huge hulking creature that is probably tired. I mean, it hibernates for thousands of years for a reason. It takes a lot of energy to move continents. But I was just like, yeah, what if it's just hanging out, just walking around? It's gotta go do something.
I
Gotta go
found a
down.
solution. I have paper towel.
That is good. I hope.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, no, I scratched my head. Didn't like my forehead. Didn't realize I have a pimple up there, and then just fucking now it's bleeding. Oopsie.
Okay.
If you need us to pause, just let us know.
I'm good. It was just a tiny bit. I just thought saying I'm bleeding would just be a funny way to leave for a second.
God. I like Regigigas. He's pretty cool.
Big old creature.
That's definitely a favorite of mine. I mean, I'm not the biggest Pokemon person, but yeah, I like him. He's cool.
One thing,
I also too.
Sorry. One thing I do want to mention about this piece, that I'm just gonna pray to God in the past 20 seconds no one said this, so I don't sound like I'm repeating stuff. But in a weird way, the house feels like a very important piece here. Like, I don't know, it gives me the vibes of like a game where it's like kind of like top-down view and you have the characters walk in, and just the way that the house feels like kind of highlighted. It looks like it's something you're supposed to like click on or go to, and I really like that.
Thank you.
Also, I do like the snow aesthetic. Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, I really wanted it to be like it's almost snowing, or maybe at parts of this it's snowing, but it's just so like hazy and dark that you kind of can't tell if it's snowing, which is a very fun thing for me. But but yeah, with the temple. So this is technically supposed to be set in, or at least the idea that I had, and I just sort of like shit a little bit just so that there's room for this giant creature to be off in the distance. But this is supposed to be like in the center region, which is like the Pokemon region that the like Diamond and Pearl, which Regigigas is from, is set. The temple that it hibernates under is called Snowpoint Temple, which is this one is how it sort of looks like in Legends Arceus a little bit, or at least that was more of the reference that I had. And then there were some that produced with it. I love the idea of like trying to. I honestly maybe should have made the little Cynthia and Garchomp at the bottom even tinier, just to put even more reference. But yeah, just having that as a reference of like this temple is pretty big, and this thing hibernates underneath it. It's probably far, far, far below it, just given how large this must be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did really like that. Like, make it a little glowy, stand it out a little bit against like the very high contrast with like the dark mountains and stuff. But yeah, and then
Well-
just add a bunch of haze in the background.
You are really good at atmosphere. I will say that's
Okay.
like definitely a strength of yours, and I think it's very like comfy feeling, but also it is a little intense because obviously you got this really big kaiju Pokemon right there, but I think the whole vibe is really nice. It's very like I would like to be in this world. I guess the mountains and all that. Like it looks really fun to be around.
It's like
Thank you.
cold and cozy at the same time. I love it.
Yeah. I love, especially for these larger pieces. And there's another one that I've made and another one that I'm working on. The other one that I made, other than the Kyogre piece that we showed on here, I will eventually show that on here, but no spoilers for that, I suppose.
Yeah.
But for each of these, I love that vibe of, and I think this goes a little bit into just or what atmosphere I really like to play around with, which is the like, I'm kind of scared, but in a way that like my curiosity is a little bit stronger, or rather like I kind of am interested in staying here despite like the little bit of fear or just like overwhelming intensity of whatever I'm beholding is. Like I have to look at this kind of thing. Like the majesty of a giant, like a truly enormous creature that is like larger than mountains around it. And being like, that is terrifying, but also in a way that is like breathtaking in a way. So I really love to try to capture that. Thank you.
Like seeing a monument, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not
And then a
realizing.
little detail in the mountain. I loved making those.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, that makes sense. Oh fuck,
Mhm.
my microphone's upside down.
What?
So I was just thinking because like I have my microphone like in front of me as like a stand, and every time I have to mute, like if I'm yawning or like burping or something, I have to like look under it because it's a button, like not a button, it's like a thing you tap to fucking mute it, so I can't see it. And I'm now realizing, oh, if I look at the side, the logo is upside down. I assume that the volume stuff is supposed to be on top because it looks cool, but I'm now realizing because, oh yeah, no, that makes so much sense because these are like big knobs, and the light button has like a print on it. I have this upside down. I'll fix that later. Shit.
That's good. Yeah, I loved making all the trees and stuff. I definitely added afterwards of just like, this looks a little barren. I need to add some stuff. It's like, I'll add a
Yeah.
bunch of weird little wobbly trees. Oh, and then the lake is, I think it's called Lake Acuity, if I'm not mistaken, which is also a part of.
The
There's a
one
cave.
the one in the
Yeah.
foreground.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
All of the background stuff. I don't know. I think technically they're like, if this is like a true reference of the Pokemon games, this probably isn't it. But I loved using it as a reference of just like, this is Snowpoint Temple. This is like Acuity in a way. And then just being able to sort of be like, all right, cool, we're on a mountain, and then explore that. Have a big
Yeah.
ravine in the background, and just make. Honestly, I just wanted to make a bunch of mountains.
I mean,
Yeah.
definitely. I like how fuzzy everything looks. Kind of like I think. What brush did you use? For the.
Oh, what did I use? It's it's a very textured brush. So this is a different painting style that I haven't done in a while, but I did do it for there's a Groudon piece, which is the other large creature or large Pokemon one that I've done. And I did it for the mountains in that one, but I just really like how this looks for mountains. I think I named it like Snake Brush. Just the way that it looks when you draw it out, or rather the texture of it. I made it so that it's spaced a good amount. So it's like it's still connected and it still is a through line, but you get each stamp of that texture really strongly. And so just using that with adding some editing of like size variance and just some randomness so that it makes it look more natural. And then from there, sort of, and this goes a little bit into like the process of these sort of pieces that I like and just painting pieces in general.
Yeah.
But just laying down like a format of this, of like, I'm just gonna kind of generally shape out the mountain with this snake brush, which is just very gritty, very toothy, has like little indentations and value variation within that. And then from there, just sort of like trying to pick out and smooth out little areas and darken some areas or like really keep it gritty, but then try to like separate it a little bit. But just sort of like carving that out from very much like carving of like I just have a blob of stuff. I have a little vision of what this is going to be. Just going around playing with each individual part that I see, like, oh, this kind of looks like little steps, or like, oh, this looks like a hard like break off, or like, oh, this could be a path, like that sort of thing is very very fun for me. I definitely want to do that more. That's a painting style that is very therapeutic for me. It takes a lot of time, but it is very fun.
I can see that. Like it looks like you definitely sat down and you kind of looked at every single detail. And I think the Reggie Gibbs is my favorite part because if you look at the bracelets, I think the glare, the lighting on the metal part is like so nice, and then the fuzziness of the trees and everything. You put a lot of effort into it, especially like the I guess what's the word the lighting and all that and the depth it gives. You know, I think it like that Reggie Gigas is like ties it all together. I think it like it's like my favorite part.
Thank
So
you so much.
I really want to just bite the gold part on his hands, the big like round part. Looks like it'd have a good mouthfeel.
100% get that. Love that.
people
Well,
chomp.
I think without further ado, we can move on to our last piece of the episode.
Oh
my
yes,
god, this is so cool.
oh,
Even
thank you.
just do this.
This so I guess for anyone watching this episode now, Daredevil Born Again season 2 came out like it ended like a few weeks ago. But when it first came out, I made this art piece to kind of like I got really hyped. You know, I saw the first trailer. I was like, "Holy shit, this looks so fun!" And I just drew a little poster. Yeah, and the season was pretty good. I can't really get into. I don't want to spoil anything, but it was really awesome.
Can I ask, what's the name of the character with the the target on their head?
Actually, you know what? I want you to guess. What's another word for that?
Bullseye?
Bullseye.
Yeah, bullseye.
That was
a great way to.
That's literally what I was originally thinking, but then I realized,
Yeah.
wait, no, that's not a bullseye, that's a target. But I was gotta ask, is he fucking stupid? Because isn't Daredevil's whole thing being blind? He can't fucking aim them for that.
Okay, so bullseye's I guess like he's one of the greatest like sharpshooters, and Daredevil has like this I guess like echolocation kind of shit going on, and he manages to like beat Bullseye a lot. So I guess he can hold his own pretty well. Like he can just hear the bullet coming and dodge and do stuff like that. A bunch of comic bullshit, you know.
But how is he supposed to see the target?
Does he
Wait,
need to?
Daredevil or
Well, I'm assuming that's
Bullseye?
his weak point. Yeah, Daredevil. I'm assuming that's his weak spot.
Well, he can't. I mean, he can't see, but I get. Okay, so like in the in the comics, there was the explanation was I like at least from what I understand, like because he went blind, it enhanced his other senses to the point where he could like hear heartbeats, he can hear and smell and taste things, and to a point where he could see a lot better than he did when he had sight. So like the way they draw it is like he can see things, but it's all like in this like okay, so like Little Mac's skin where he's all green with all the
Yeah.
netting. It looks like
Like the
that, but
wireframe?
red. Yeah, the wireframe. Everything looks like that to him.
So he
So he
can.
can he can see, but it's more like his like other senses kind of create the picture instead. And he somehow manages to beat Bullseye all the time.
I love that like
It's
he
definitely not
can.
easy.
I love that he can extra smell. It's a reference to the fact that Daredevil players and rivals extra smell like shit because god damn they're annoying.
Well, I forgot that's kind of like the thing that you're more familiar with is the game.
Yeah.
That Daredevil is like he's not even close. They're not even the same character. He's like some sort of like god or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one I'm familiar with, he's just a dude who like knows like martial arts and shit. But yeah,
I love it. Good old classic superhero stuff.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
piece is so cool. I
Do you think
love
you can
this.
guess? Oh, sorry.
Say it again? Sorry?
Sorry. Do you think you guys can guess the other characters in the pack?
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Hawk
Maybe
Silco
Jay.
from Arcane. Silco from Arcane at the Penguin.
From Arcane.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looks a
I can
little
see
bit
that.
like Silco. Then okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the one in the middle.
Yeah, mostly the hair and the nose, like
Oh
or I
shit!
guess like head shape is more the thing.
I need to draw Silco. That's really fucking cool.
God, Silco's so cool. I would
He
love to
is.
see Silco in a show. Oh my god. Wait, that'd be so sick. Oh.
I
Anyways.
drew. I've drawn Vi and Jinx before, but
Yeah, that's good. This is
so the one on the very top is Kingpin. The one in the middle is
I
Punisher.
have heard that. Okay,
Yeah.
I've come across
Oh.
those.
Oh, I see it now.
'Cause-
I'm a little
yeah.
stupid. I'm just so used to their
Kingpin.
fucking rivals looks.
Yeah, Punishers usually have the face. Well, I mean, I guess I don't really read Punisher comics, but at least from what I understand, he doesn't really have that thing on his face. He usually just has like a suit on with like the skull, and it's kind of hard to see from here because he just looks like a normal dude with a gun. I mean, it's kind of what he is, but yeah. I wanted because they're all relevant in the show right now, so I just just threw in the background because at first it was just Daredevil and it looked kind of empty, so I was like, I was ready like 5 hours into the art piece, and then I was like at the last minute I was like, okay, I'll just ink these guys real quick.
Mhm.
The composition, this is so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
the way that it's very like as they fade into the background they get larger and more imposing, but also like
Mhm.
each of them are sort of regarding Daredevil, and he is like the main anchor of the piece of like he has the colors and the rendering and is the foreground.
Mhm.
And then having him look away from them is indicative of just like his character, and this is just so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, the background it works for this so well. Of like this feels like definitely like a movie poster. I would definitely see this and be like, "Ooh, what show is this? What movie is this?"
Honestly, yeah, I definitely took a lot of inspiration from the posters they have because there's a lot of like of that red, it's very obviously a very big part of it, and I I do like with this season I like it a lot because he has a black suit on that kind of like if you look at the one I draw on it, you can see how the red's poking through.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of he spray painted his black for a certain reason. Don't want to spoil it, but just so he could hide better because he had to go into hiding. So he spray painted his whole suit all black, and throughout the season, it starts to chip off and kind of show like his old suit. So I'm really obsessed with that look. So I had to draw it.
Yeah,
That's
thank God he
really
still got
cool.
his
Yeah,
double D's though.
What was that?
Thank God he still got his double D's though.
Actually, he just got them because of the suit. He never had with them before.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
He's finally comic accurate. But yeah.
The line art on the shaping of it is very. I always love this in your style of like it is very like comic style of like the shaping of characters is very like angular, not in a way that's like super sharp, but it's just like it accentuates the curves and puts them into a more like rigid format almost. Especially like with forearms and stuff and like calves and stuff. You see that a bunch. But just seeing how that applies to like the faces and the body shape and like just how that applies to the style, and then accentuate stuff of like the very like the circles in the background, or like the what is that, like the very straight lines of the, I guess, also the background. But it just all, it looks so good. I can't get over it. Like the composition and the choices that emphasize the subjects of the piece in this are just so good.
Thank you. I definitely I think my favorite is the Punisher in the middle. I'm just really happy with the way that turned out. It looks like I don't know if anyone watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but like, there's a character called Scar, and honestly, he kind of looks like him to me. I think I accidentally drew him. But yeah, I'm really happy. Like, I'm really bad at side views or the side profile, so the way he turned out, I'm really happy with it.
Hey, I have evidence right in front of me that says to the contrary. This looks amazing.
Thank you.
Can I give you a weird compliment?
Yeah.
I will say, when it comes to like head shapes, a lot of people just make it like perfectly round, but for Kingpin in the background, you actually like gave him a like head wrinkle, which is very accurate and like looks just really well done. I want to give that a kiss.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely like I wasn't like I know he doesn't look that similar to the way he looks in the show, but I don't know. I just want him to look like very strong and very like intimidating. Like
Very
especially
stylized.
his brows, his nose just looks very imposing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scrunches and the wrinkles, especially like I think that's a big thing that I look at your style and be like, I want to learn how to do that kind of thing. I have like a lot of like face lines of like adding those wrinkles, adding that detailing to then give more to the expression. It really does add so much of like around the nose and especially around the eyes, and with the mouth shape of like it just brings everything together in such a defined, clear, stylized like feeling and expression.
Yeah.
I think it's so good.
I definitely some advice. I think just reading manga or comics helps a lot. You know, just kind of copying what they're doing. Like, oh, they're doing this, so maybe I should try this. And then I guess eventually you start to. It took me a while to kind of get like to understand why they're doing that. I was like, oh, they put things here, but I'm not sure the reason for it. But I'll just do it until I kind of clicks for me, and then I guess imitating the things that inspire you until like you kind of learn how to like do it on your own, you know, without having to like
100%.
using inspiration stuff. Yeah. Now I feel like I can actually like by myself. I can like just like, oh, this is where these little like dash marks would go. This swishing will go. It kind of comes with time a little bit, but it's very rewarding.
Yeah, I love that.
Wait.
Do you have anything more to say about this piece, or do we want to move on to the general discussion topic?
I feel like I haven't been saying much, but I do really love how both these look. Sorry, same problem as the last recording. My meds are not working. I've been non-stop vibrating this entire recording.
Nice.
Oh, good. Yeah. Definitely a lot of pieces.
Oh yeah, I love these. These are so fun. They're very, very different too. This might be the most different between the three that we've had so far.
Yeah.
I love that. It's very like indexing into our styles.
Yours is like the most, very, very detailed, very like it looks like something I would see on like a wall, like for a Pokemon,
Thank
like
you.
a big commission.
Yeah. Oh, I want to print these out so bad.
That'd be a cool painting. I'm not gonna
Yeah. Thank you. I love making paintings. Alrighty. Well, I think in that case we can then move on to the general discussion topic for today, which is music.
Here, editor me. I got you. Here, I'll add a transition real quick.
Transition.
There you go.
Wait, transition? That's too woke for me.
Transition.
Transition.
When did the podcast get woke?
Me when woke is left and then there's a wall to my right and I turn right. I don't know.
The woke left. Thank God.
This is the soundboard episode.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Wait, hold up. The woke left. Thank God. You could laugh now.
So
They don't-
moving on to
They don't thank God because they're too busy being in hell. No. For anyone who doesn't understand sarcasm, the three of us are very woke.
I'm very sarcastic.
Pretty much as far as we could be. So we went into this a little bit last week with a couple of the Q&A questions were regarding music of like top music or genres and like top songs of all time. But I think that is a very just fun topic to see where it goes, leave it open-ended and have more time to just talk about that. But I know that we each have we all love music. I'm sure most people do. But I know that Eva, who has a YouTube channel where she posts music, it is the Soul Punk, right?
Yeah, it's soul punk.
The Soul Punk on YouTube. Yeah, I think we can just start with that. What led you to that? What led you to making a band or just like wanting to post music?
I think I went just a little bit on the second episode or third episode, but it was never something I thought I could ever do. I thought drawing was just my thing, and when I was in I think high school, I heard Nirvana. Like I heard it before, but I never like I didn't know what it was. I just kind of just heard it on the radio. But like I sat down and I actually I think I was listening to the radio and they had like this interview where they take like an old interview from the 90s and I heard Kurt Cobain, the lead singer, talking about some shit. I'm not sure what it was, but I went home and I was like, this guy sounds interesting. And then I listened to like I think "Come as You Are," one of those songs, and I was like, this is so good. And then I got hyper fixated on lots of shit. So that definitely started it, and that was all I listened to. I watched all the documentaries and all that stuff, and I really wanted to do something similar, but I couldn't play any instrument. I tried to do drums. I was really bad at it. My guitar had like 3 strings and it was like broken. So it was I think it was my dad's or something, but it wasn't like I couldn't really play it on it. So I just kind of stopped. And then a couple years later, like I don't know, like 2022 or whatever, but my friend Caesar, he started playing guitar and I would always take his guitar and play it. And he said, "Why don't you just get an instrument yourself, you know?" And I tried. I was borrowing one of his old ones for a while, and I would try to play guitar. And he said, "You know, I think you might be good on bass." And I was like, I want to play guitar, you know." And then I had enough money to get like an instrument. So when I went to like one of the guitar shops, I went to go look for one, and I saw like a all black like bass that looked like gorgeous, and I started playing it, and I really liked it. And then that day, I was learning songs with him, and we made a bunch of songs, and then we recorded a bunch of stuff. And eventually, I thought it'd be cool to mix that music with Soulstar and make a soundtrack for it. So then eventually, it became uh, Soul Punk, the band we have. So that kind of became a thing. And right now, we're currently working on the soundtrack, and we don't really release it like all together. We kind of just been dropping songs as we make them. It'll definitely have more of a structure in the second part of Soulstar once we get the first stuff out. But yeah, ever since then we wanted to work on it, and we have a lot of songs coming up that I'm really proud of, and I hope you all would check it out and tell me what you think.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that idea of making the music for like making the soundtrack for something that you're already making. Like having it alongside to like watch this with, and now you get to set the vibe, set the mood of what you're watching. It's just that's so fun. But yeah, that's really cool. I think music is definitely picking up instruments is one of those things that's really hard to first do if you haven't like grown up doing it. Which is like
No, you have
if
to,
you
Tommy.
pick up something.
Just start
Say it
slapping your
again.
tummy. Slap your
Oh,
belly.
yeah.
Boom, there you
The
go,
world
drums.
is an instrument.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is definitely one of those things where it's hard to pick it up and just be like, well, this isn't something I'm good at immediately. And that can be hard to overcome. But then as soon as you just keep going, keep learning, keep doodling, all that fun stuff. I dropped something, don't worry about that. You eventually get to a point where you're just like, oh, I like what I can do. Or like, oh, I can play the song that I like in the song that I have heard a bunch. And then at some point you might end up being like, oh, I want to write stuff. And that's just so cool. Yeah, is it?
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask, like, do you have like a relationship with like playing music, and you know,
Yeah.
they like to share?
Oh yeah. So when I was young, I watched my brother take piano lessons, and he didn't really follow through with them. I was like, this is so fun. So I would just like go on the piano and sort of like doodle on it when I was really young. And then it was just something that I was like, oh, I really like to do this. Like, I have to draw, I have to make or like play music and try to learn that. And like, it was just really fun to do that. And then specifically with piano, that stuck. That stuck honestly throughout my whole life. It's waned and I guess waxed, grown and lessened over time in terms of how much emphasis I have on it, or like how often I'm playing it rather. But I mean, throughout different portions of my life, I've really focused on playing piano. But yeah, so like through middle school, through elementary, it was definitely one of those like, oh, I just like this as a hobby. And it's just like a general like, oh, that hobby thing. And then in middle school, I met a couple people who were just like, oh yeah, we just go in like the band or the choir room during like breaks and lunch and stuff, and just play on the piano in there. It's like that sounds amazing. And so I just made these friends who were playing piano, and that motivated me to learn more. And just it was really fun to just hang out with them and like, oh, check out this new song that I've played, or like, oh yeah, play that one song that you're playing. And like, oh yeah, play like Minuet Waltz or all of that fun stuff. And then from there, high school, I just played a lot of piano. I'm like, this is the hobby that I love. This is, I will spend hours and hours and hours at the piano at home just learning stuff or just playing stuff. Like, love all of that. And at some point throughout high school, I was just like, so I for reference too, I had never really learned how to read sheet music. I just played by ear because that's easier for me. I don't know why sheet music just doesn't click for me.
Same.
Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah, playing by ear is definitely the big thing. I'm just like, oh, I can just sort of sound this out. And then at some point during high school, that turned a little bit into like, well, if I'm sounding it out, what if I just have a sound in my head already? Or just like it pops up, and then I've never like written songs really, but there have been songs that I've like made a little bit or just like doodled around with, especially like during the quarantine, for example. I'd send out like an Instagram post or something that was like, hey, if you have an idea for a song or like a story or anything, let me have it. I just am bored and want to do that right now. And it was really fun to just get these different vibes and then try to like play into that. So it's definitely something that I would want to do more of in the future. I definitely need to figure out how to record stuff on my computer, but yeah, it's
I
just
can
a very
definitely help out with that.
yes, we definitely one of these days we'll just sit down and figure that out. See how it
Yeah.
works with us. But yeah, I love piano, I love guitar, I love any instrument I can get my hands on. But my level will always lie with piano.
Honestly, that's probably the most impressive. To be honest, like it's
Thank you.
the old, like one of the oldest, like an old, very old instrument that like a lot of
Mhm.
songs can be played on, and I just think being able to do that is just like very awesome.
Thank you. It's a very versatile instrument. I think I love it mostly just because you can kind of play anything on it. It's like you drive the percussion of the song in addition to the melody, and you have the range of like both the higher keys and the lower keys, and you can do that at the same time, which I think is for as much as I do love other instruments like guitar and stuff, like those are very fun and those do have very unique sounds. You don't have as easy of an access into those different ranges or those simultaneous like high and low ranges at the same time. Like piano just makes that so doable, and I love that. Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah.
what were you saying, Jade? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't like play any music, but can I just show y'all a visual example of how neurodivergent I am? So, for listeners who can't see this at home, if I forgot to put this on screen, this is a private playlist that only I can access that has 11 remixes of One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII, and it has 1,267 views. That was all me.
That is
Holy
amazing.
shit.
So they're all okay. At first, I thought that this was just like a playlist named after like the first song that was put on it. So
Nope.
all 11 videos are remixed. That
And
is amazing, and it's a great song, and
it's
I love that.
it's a long song too.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Hell, one of the remixes is like, I'm pretty sure 9 minutes, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Right.
What led you to making this?
Because I really fucking like the song so much. And also, I'm gonna be real, I've mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned on the pod before, but I've mentioned that like I have a concept for a villain version of my Sona, and like One Winged Angel does help like just get me in the mood of like thinking of how to like properly go around like designing it. Yeah, this one. The remix of One Winged Angel Rebirth by the Tiberian Sons is 9 minutes and 43 seconds.
Very nice. That's awesome. Is this just like is this like an art playlist? Is this sort of like an all around, I just want to listen to something sort of playlist?
Just for like when I'm like I pace in my room sometimes just to get like a bit of exercise in, so I just put this on whenever I do sometimes. Like not every time, but just sometimes.
Yeah.
That actually gives me like an idea. Like, why don't we go over like some of the songs that like I know we went over our favorite songs, but like if you two want to talk about like more in depth, like why you like one or two, like how many you want to go into, but like is there any songs that you're like obsessed with, and like why are you obsessed with it?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Jay, do you want to continue on this, and then we can? Oh, I love that question.
I mean, you can use this song. It definitely fits.
Yeah.
Like,
One of the fucking.
Is there a reason?
It's just good. Well, I will say, the first time I heard it was when Sephiroth was announced for Smash, and I just fell in love with the song immediately because it was playing like as the reveal was happening, and it was just so fucking cool. And like every time I listen to it, it still gives me like just the vibe of first seeing him, because that was my first introduction to the character, because I don't give a shit about RPGs. So that's
fair.
But I want to play Final Fantasy VII just for Sephiroth because he is so fucking cool. But I will say, maybe embarrassing, one of the remixes of it is the Kahoot remix, where it's One Winged Angel, but with Kahoot instruments, and it's so. I hate that I love it so much. It actually goes kind of hard.
No, that's good. No, that's so good. Kahoot had some bumpin' music. That was great.
That's not bad, honestly. But
No, I love that. That's so fun. If you like a song, you can listen to it as many times as you want. There's no rules. There's no rules.
As long as you're happy.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's one in particular. This is sort of a recent thing. I definitely have listened to a lot of songs a bunch over time, but this is sort of a recent one. It's Everything Stays, which is from Adventure Time. But I heard it like a couple years ago, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, what is this song? This is so calming and pleasant, and like there's a lot of meaning behind this. Or meaning to be interpreted from this. And I was like, with Adventure Time, I love the show, but I never had finished it or like gone all the way through. And I was like, I just need to go back and watch that again, I think. It's been a couple years since I've seen anything about it. Love that show, I need to go watch it again. went through, watched it all again. I'm like, oh my gosh, this song is amazing. When I saw what it is about, or rather where it comes from, which is like spoilers, I guess, for Adventure Time. But like Marceline as a wee bab, a very tiny child, and her mother sing this together, and it's very very sweet, but also very sad, and that is, I think, a vibe that I find a lot of comfort in. Sweet sadness, and like the intersection between those two is something that appeals to, especially in recent years, really really appeals to feelings that I want to feel, and feelings that I enjoy feeling, especially for like artistic stuff, or like with like I Don't Mind, like last chapter I listened to that a couple times because I'm just like, this is really sad chapter.
That was a sad chapter.
It was really sad. That's probably the saddest it's gonna get, at least for a
Yeah.
while. But in a way that I wanted to bring meaning to, and still have some sweetness and hope within. So that song, I listened to it a couple times. I'm like, I'm gonna make this really sad. But yeah, so it's just it's a comfort song for me for sure. Like I haven't ever really had that type of thing of like, I'm feeling sad, I want to feel a little better about it. And then now in recent years, I'm like, I'm gonna listen to that song. Yeah, I need that right now.
Dang, Ember, I was now I don't know which song to choose because I was like, because I mean I have a few emotional songs, but also I don't know which one to talk about.
Go for it. Hey, you brought up the question. You can do anything that you want with this. This is a great question.
To go off of your thing, I like this one song. Okay, I'm gonna stay with Nirvana. I know I always talk about them, but they have their final song, "You Know You're Right," is a really good song, and I would definitely send it to you two later. But I always liked that song. It was really good, and it's it's really emotional. But not like in a I don't mean this in like a bad way, like sappy kind of like more I guess quiet kind of like way, but more like in a very aggressive, like yelling out your frustrations way. And I think the context behind the song makes it more emotional because I think a little bit after that, the lead singer died. So it was literally his feelings before he passed away. So sometimes when I feel sad, I do listen to that, and it's just such an emotional song. And I mean, at first, I don't think someone from the outside, I don't think they would like get it until like they understand the context. But it is a very emotional song, and it was the last song they made as a band together. You know, I mean, there's obviously other stuff like smaller like songs they did, but like an official song, this was the last one, their last like big one. So that is a very special one to me. You know, when I was sad in like high school, I would listen to it a lot, and it always got me. I'll be honest.
Yeah, God, I love that.
Yeah, and the
That's
music video was brutal. It's like
a
it's a collage of all of their shows together, and it's him getting older. Yeah, and that like I'll definitely have to show it to you. It's a really good song, but
Oh, I'd love to watch that.
yeah, it's definitely like what you said. It's a very emotional song, like how
Yeah.
that was for you. It's like always gets me. Also, "Fly Me to the Moon" gives me. I feel the same way,
Yes.
but not the Frank Sinatra version. The one from Evangelion.
Oh. Oh. Yes. I've only
Are
heard
you
of it
familiar?
a little bit. I can't
Okay.
picture it very well because my mind just goes to the Sinatra version.
Yeah, it's good. It's on the end of Evangelion, like all the episodes, they have covers of that song. But there's one version I liked a lot, and it was just so emotional, and it was really peaceful, and it was I heard it during a time where I was like very down. So like that was kind of like my rot in bed comfort song, and it was just like hearing all the violins and everything was so beautiful, honestly.
I love that so much.
But Jay, do you have anything like that?
Like emotional songs?
Like
Yeah.
My
even
favorite
comforting.
band, my favorite band, like Ace of Hearts, is definitely just like my go-to when I need to let stuff out. For example, just Silver Lining, Deep Space, and Monophobia 2 are just two, like, or 3 songs that get me very emotional. It just helps me, like, let out, just build up stress a whole lot. For anyone who doesn't know, it's like, if you know the YouTuber Alpharad, it is his band. I really hope that they get to make more music soon, because I love what they do. But also,
That's so fun.
one thing I was just thinking about, kind of unrelated, but like, I've been playing a lot of Mugenics, and I love the OST in that game. However, it's hard to talk about the OST when one of the lines in like one of the first songs is "3 little turds perched by your doorstep. My advice would be that you don't take one more step. Watch out." It's hard to recommend the songs to people when it's stuff like that. But Jesus Christ, in some cases it goes so fucking hard.
It does sound good. Like I was watching you play it earlier, and it was like playing like this jazzy number that you hear in Cuphead.
Oh
But then
yeah,
the lyrics were really bad.
yeah, it was playing the
There's very
Caves
wide
boss
variety.
theme, Crystalline Dreams. Yeah,
Yeah, very wide variety. I think that's super cool. All of it is. All of what I have heard of it, at least through just like watching you stream it, is very good. Yeah, music is such a like. There's something about the ability of music as like, if we break it down to a little too much, it's technically like a source of information or a form of communicating information. But it's such a unique means of doing that, and that it not only can provide context or can tell a story or in any way can provide like meaning, but within that context it portrays such a like a what's the word? Such a direct step into the emotion of that piece. You can invoke an emotion super strongly with music, and it's such a unique form of art, of communication in that regard, of just like, it allows you to feel things in ways that maybe you can still get from like reading poetry or something, or just reading books or talking with people, but it is this very specific, this very unique feeling. And yeah, it's a language of emotion and love, and I think that is just phenomenal. It's amazing to play that and have fun with it, or listen to it to really feel something that you want to be in. And yeah, it's just a very special thing. The music is beautiful, even when it's very silly. That is part of it being beautiful. Like, it 100% is.
It's like, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's kind of like the purest way to communicate how you feel. I feel like, to me,
God, yeah.
it's like
Absolutely.
instead of talking, you kind of just you play like what we were talking about earlier, like those songs, like they express like I'm not great at communicating how I feel with people, but with music, I can show you kind of how I feel, kind of like more of as an experience, and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
I wonder what that one guy felt like when he was singing the song. I shit in my pants. Whoa, I am for real. Never meant to make my booty shit. I apologize. Have you ever heard that one?
We're gonna get sued now.
I just wonder what he was thinking.
I guess if you look at it that way, it's definitely a sense of joy and whimsy that he's expressing with the world. If you want to look at it from that lens, it's definitely
music is truly remarkable because you can express truly anything that you want to.
yes, and that's actually nice.
No
I
matter
like
what
that.
that is. Yeah, I agree.
As silly as
There's
it is.
something. Yeah, there's something so meaningful about like, be a little silly, right? Like, it's how beautiful is it that we can be silly, that we can enjoy that within also being able to feel very deeply about things, and just being able to express that in different forms. I think that's wonderful. So yeah, I love that a lot.
I remember when last episode you heard Virtual Insanity, right? I think that's what you were saying. Oh, you did too?
Yeah.
It's very fun song.
Okay, so am I based for having that as number one?
I want to draw a shit
It's a
post where it's like
oh god.
it's inside of an angel deal and it says POV your a Sacred Heart and it's just me just sliding towards the camera with that song playing.
That's what I was thinking. That's such a good fucking song. Like I heard that when I was in I think high school. I was in art class and I would watch these. They were called like JoJo motifs, where they would because like I don't know if, I know Jay doesn't watch anime. Well, are you
I
too
watch
familiar with JoJo
JoJo's.
at all?
I watch that
Familiar
one.
with
Oh,
JoJo.
oh yeah,
Yes.
you do. Okay. Well, you
I
know how
haven't
it's all.
watched it yet.
You haven't watched it? Okay.
I haven't watched it, but I am relatively familiar.
You know how like it's all references, right?
Right. Right.
So they would have like they had there's a Limp Bizkit character, and it'll be like they take a bunch of the manga panels and make a little like AMV basically with Limp Bizkit songs for that character. And for some reason, there isn't any virtual insanity reference in JoJo, but they made a virtual insanity video for one of the characters, and I heard that for the first time because I was like super into JoJo. So when I heard it, I was like, "This is the best song ever!" Like I heard the pianos and I heard all that, and like it was so good, and I would just listen to it every single day in high school, and then I would take a break, and then a couple years later, I would listen to it every single day, and then like it's been something that always stuck with me. Like even though like Jamiroquai is not my favorite band, but just that one song though, like it's so good that it's been with me for like I don't know, like 5 or 6 years, 7 years. Like it's been with me for a while, and it's just like one of those songs where like I really appreciate that it exists. So that's another thing I like about music.
I love
It's
that.
like sorry, it's like having a companion. But yeah.
Yeah. I definitely didn't expect it when we were going over our favorites. I did not expect that to be like your number one just because I associate like Nirvana and stuff with you, like punk rock and
Yeah.
like that's the vibe. But I mean I totally get it. Like that's such a fun song. And exactly like you're saying, like there this isn't always the case with music, but it's so easy to be able to form an emotional connection with a song or with a band or just with like a genre even. And for me, like with an instrument, I have a very emotional connection with just piano as a general thing.
Yeah.
And like I think that is just such a beautiful part of what music is, what it represents in our world. Yeah,
It really
I love that interpretation. It's like a companion. I love
it's
to
always
think
there
about
for
how
you.
yeah you can feel from it.
Yeah.
I love how it's such a. I mean, literally, like walk out in the morning and you can hear bird song. Like there's a word for that bird song, which is just like that's just kind of how they naturally do their thing. But it's music, and that's wonderful.
It's just so
I love
natural
it.
and
It's
amazing.
yeah. It taps into such fundamental, deep, resonant parts within us that I think is it's important. It's so meaningful for different people in different ways, but all the same.
Even
Like look at us. Yeah. We
if,
all have different tastes. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
But even if you can't hear, it is actually still technically possible to enjoy music. Because, like, I love, if you've ever seen, like, videos of, like, cats who are deaf, but they will, like, lean up against a guitar and hope that the owner plays the string because they can feel the vibrations of it, right? Even just that. I don't know, I just thought of that video, and it's so fucking adorable.
I see them like that too. It's like there's like this little thing you bite onto, I think, and
Mm.
when you like, it's like an extension to your piano, and when you play the keys, the vibrations go into like the back of your like I think like your roof of your mouth, and it connects to like your eardrum, and it directly makes it sounds a little muffled, but you can hear it without having to hear it, and it's such a strange like
It's so
thing.
cool.
Yeah, and like even if you can't hear, there is like certain like what you're saying, Jay. Like there's certain ways to still experience like that very beautiful thing that music is.
The deep feeling that everyone can enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's
But I
a
just think,
wonderful note. I'm sorry, did you want to say one more thing?
uh, I was just repeating myself, but yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a wonderful note to end on. Music is wonderful, and it is such an important, meaningful part of everyone's life, I think. Or it can be, that is. Doesn't
It's
have
such a
to
weird
be.
episode.
It is, and we love
feel
that.
so off.
This is the thesis of what this podcast is supposed to be, which is like touching all different topics. We're getting to everything, all of the different vibes of it is unhinged, it is meaningful, it is appreciating things and enjoying them while also being quite silly. Yeah, this is great. Anyways,
Crazy.
what a wonderful episode.
I've been looking at this
where
word
can
search for like a couple minutes. I can't find that goddamn word, but I found the word cock
Word
so many
search-
times.
Oh god, so many things here.
Here, just I'll send it to you. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so confused.
I am Cool
Well-
Raccoon on Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch. Follow me, please, 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 and beg.
Where can people find you, Eva?
Okay. I am the Soul Punk on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Patreon.
And then I am Ember SSBM on Blue
Found it!
Sky and YouTube.
Yeah.
And I also have a Ko-Fi that is linked in my Blue Sky page if you would like to donate. Other than that. Oh! And then tonight, since this comes out on Friday, tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, chapter 48, I think it is, of the I Don't Mind comic comes out on... You can see it on Blue Sky. I always have it pinned to my account. Or you can... I have an Instagram page specifically for that. I think it's like I Don't Mind.comic. It just has all of the chapters there as well. But yeah. Any last words? I'm
sorry for-
sorry.
Sorry for yelling
It's the
as you were in the middle of
episode.
speaking. I just got so excited. I found the word cow.
Cow.
Yay.
You only
crazy.
have... Never mind.
What?
Uh,
What? Save for the pod. Save for the pod.
We're in the pod right now. What?
Wait, what?
Let that shit out. Like,
Thank
Club's
you,
over.
everybody, for listening. Club is
Club is
over.
over.
We gotta get it. We gotta get out of here.
Bye.
oh yeah,
If
wait,
you're
I should
listening-
hit the stop recording button, huh?